Hey there folks, it's another episode of 3 questions, and let's just get straight to it. The first question, if my phone can sort itself out, is from Kaiju Noir. Sir, pleasure to hear from you again. His question: do you consider characters who pilot giant robots to fight evil as superheroes? It's an interesting question. In regards to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I would say yes, because they are drawing extra power that actually enhances their physical abilities, their reaction times, and going into Zords to fight any of Rita's or Lord Zed. And we're talking old school Power Rangers here. This is like Power Rangers G1, or, you know, Generation A, if you will. Power Rangers GA. I like that. Honestly, I would say yes. In a similar vein, you could call the pilots of Gundam Wing superheroes if you want to, but in regards to Power Rangers, most definitely. Kaiju Noir again. Also, as someone who has quickly gotten into Doctor Who, almost done with Series 7, he says in close brackets, I'm curious as to how large of a presence it has in its country of origin. Is it like the English equivalent of Star Trek in terms of popularity? That's a very good comparison, because Star Trek is synonymous throughout the world, and as such, I think Doctor Who is coming up to that level in terms of awareness and legendary status as a franchise. Now, Doctor Who, from what I remember reading, it kind of had, you know, really huge popular following through the 60s and 70s, was kind of off in the 80s, 90s. It had like a couple of attempts at a revival, but it didn't work. But it was with the 2004 relaunch, reboot, reimagining with Chris Eccleston, call it what you will, it's like it found a new audience, and I think since then it's pretty much, you know, tried to establish itself as its own generation and identity. I mean, yes, it's carrying over the lineage and the history of what Doctor Who has been, but via the same token, it's trying to take what has been done but take it to another level. Now, I'm not an avid fan, but at the same time I can appreciate what Doctor Who means to people, and, you know, the very colourful characters with their own charms and mannerisms. Especially David Tennant. I thought he was the best Doctor I had ever seen. Matt Smith, I'd seen one episode with him, and, you know, I thought he was okay. Peter Capaldi, I haven't seen any episode with him in. Now, this is not a case of not watching it because I don't want to. It's not watching it because I just don't have the time, because I'm so busy with so many other things to deal with on my list, and of course SmackDown being good enough to come back to the wrestling review scene, that's my plate full. But yeah, I would most definitely say that, you know, that's a very fair comparison. I would say most definitely it is an English equivalent of Star Trek. Opinion only. And we come to the last question from Wind a Rogue. Hello there, my friend. Long time. The question is, what or who inspired you to make YouTube videos? You know, this is something I've said around once or twice in regards to what was my inspiration, the lighting of my fire, the turning of the key, or that moment where it's like, oh, I like what these people are doing. I want some of this. The 2 people that actually inspired me to become a YouTuber and a blip producer, first of all, was my brother, the Random DCE. Now, most people know Random and I don't always see eye to eye. It's just a thing with siblings, you know. We're always going to disagree on something. But it was his creativity, his imagination, his drive, and the absolute fire and passion that he had as a video creator, I looked from the outside at what he was doing, and I had had some form of creativity with making videos for years, making AMV since 2003 of mainly Sonic the Hedgehog music videos. And no, I will not be posting them onto YouTube because you know what they're like. And I was really impressed and amazed by the quality of the videos he was putting out, even in the early days in late 06 and mid 07, you know, when YT was a much different place to what it is today. I saw what he was doing, but the other person on equal pairing that inspired me to become a video creator, producer, editor, call it what you will, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic. I see Doug as that very charismatic, eccentric, and this larger-than-life persona. You know, he is... People can say what they will, and that's fine. But Doug is one of those once-in-a-generation type of personalities that is a game changer. Now, some people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, we're all entitled to opinions. We all have them. But it was just the way that Doug had this, like I say, this really creative, eccentric, and this... the sense of whenever you watched one of his videos, you were never bored. I think the two best videos I really enjoyed of his was the Captain Planet review with Ruler and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie review, because when he would say things whilst he was actually telling the story of the movie, you know, is when he would say lines like, and the people of Angel Grove are about to leap to their doom, and he would say, and at this point, I'm sympathizing with them. He was almost employing Garfield tactics to the effect of, he's saying what we're all thinking. So, Random and Nostalgia Critic were my two inspirations for becoming a YouTuber and a blipper, or blip producer, whichever you prefer, and I thank them immensely. I know Random has heard me say this a million times, but bro, thank you for the contributions that you have made to YouTube. You know, you are one of a kind when it comes to the snarky, tell it like it is, sarcastic wit that you've been giving us since 2006, 2007. And thank you to Doug Walker to, you know, having this real emphasis on entertaining people. Because he took something from nothing and turned it into his personal empire that, you know, like I say, he's a game changer. Some are going to disagree with my opinion, and that's fine. You know, there are plenty of opinions I disagree with. You know, you can't win them all. But yeah, those are the two people that I'm very thankful to this day inspired me. You know the usual shtick by now, people. If you wish to send me a question, send one to one of the social media links in the outro comment section below. Leave it at the forum, and thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Ask again.